Now, you still do movies?
Yeah.
You do?
All the time.
All the time. When was the last time you shot?
I shot 2 days ago in LA.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. The porn business is changing.
Wow, yeah.
I was on the phone with Vivid the other day, and they told me that, and from, I remember what Vivid was always known for was they had contract girls.
Right.
Being a Vivid contract girl was considered this really prestigious thing in the porn industry, and there's all these like really hot, girls that were Vivid contract girls. Vivid currently has no contract girls.
Yeah.
And they haven't had one in, I think, they said over a year.
I'm surprised it's not longer. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I mean, it kind of, when you see a company as big as Vivid let go of what I felt was sort of their core business, that's saying a lot for the industry.
It is, absolutely.
What have you seen from the performer's point of view?
Well, I've been in it for a long time, so I've seen all kinds of stuff. But most recently, I see these companies absorbing other companies. There's like getting fewer and fewer and fewer production companies. So it ends up being like just a few, it's going to end up being just a few really large companies again.
Okay.
And then like all these like little amateur companies. But yeah, all the major like, it seems like there was levels to this shit, right? And so it seemed like there was levels to it, like how big your company is, and all the middle companies are going to be like gone. It's going to be big companies and like little tiny ones.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, I had heard like that girls are getting like 500 a scene now.
I've even heard less.
Less?
Yes, less even.
What have you heard was the lowest you've heard?
The lowest? Somebody told me that they hire girls for $125 an hour, which means if you shoot like 3 hours, 4 hours, which would probably be like, I would say that would be a long gonzo shoot would be 3-4 hours, right? So do the math,
Yeah, 3 hours is like $375.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I mean, what effect is that having on the performers?
I think that a lot of people don't end up staying in the industry. The longevity of performers isn't really there. It's not worth it financially for them to, stay in the business. There's other things that are more lucrative. And when you have a situation like that, you end up having a lot of disposable talent. It's just, it's good for producers because they can, hire people cheaply. But as a performer, and luckily I'm not really in that same fish pond. I'm very happy to be not in that same pool of people, but as if I was a new girl, I'd be very disappointed. Because I think a lot of times they get sold into the industry and these illusions of grandeur, that you're going to be like rich and famous and stuff. And yes, I mean, it could happen, but it's not like quite that easy. Yeah. Sure. You got to start from the bottom.
Now, when you say that girls are doing other things, like what does that mean?
Well, as far as like new girls that are in the industry doing, just quitting, like you have to get like a real job. Like you can't make money if you're only, you're doing 10 shoots a month. You're making $200-$300 a scene, right? You gotta have like another job, So I don't know what these young girls are doing because I don't really like get to spend time with them like that. But yeah, you can assume pretty much anything. I would assume most of them are stripping and hooking.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I know some of the owners of these companies, and they're absolutely getting murdered by the tube sites.
Yeah.
And there's also not a whole lot they could do about it.
Absolutely. I mean, I've had my run-in for sure.
Because you own a lot of content also, right?
I own all the scenes on my site,
Right.
So...
How many scenes?
I have close to like, I think 500 scenes on my site.
500 scenes.
Plus I also have 4 DVDs that I've put out too. So, I definitely have had to fight for my content previously, legally. I've had a few legal battles about it, you know. So it's definitely something that is really, really, really a detriment to our industry. You know, the tube sites have created a whole nother avenue for people to exploit you. You know, like I can have someone put up the content to my site on one of these tube sites and then everybody gets it for free. So then I have to have people police it so that it's taken down and, you know, properly, and then all the legal matters are handled.
So how successful are you at getting your stuff removed off these sites?
Most of the time it's not bad. You have to send at least one or two cease and desist letters. You know, we've got a team of lawyers, so, you know, we send out the cease and desist letters, several of them a week.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, most of the time, I would say about 90% of the time, they take it down pretty quickly. Sometimes you have to get nasty, which would be like another 7%. And then there's the other 3% that you have to take to court.
So have you ever taken anyone to court?
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
Who have you taken to court?
I don't think that I can actually discuss some of those things yet. But
Is it still ongoing?
No. All my court cases at the moment are resolved. But, you know, I've won some, and some of them have just come out like a draw situation, you know?
Well, how can it come out as a draw if you...
Well, because you agree to discontinue the lawsuit.
Oh, they just settle with you.
Right.
So are you happy with the wins and settlements that you've gotten?
Well, I've gotten, yeah, absolutely, I am, because it sets a precedent, I feel, for other companies and other performers. This is definitely something you need to do and something that you can do. If it's something that you own, you need to fight for it. And these tube sites and illegal uploading and downloading of content is just going to keep happening. So you have to defend yourself. You know, there's no way for them to stop it. The government's not going to step in like they did with, you know, music industry or anything like that. So, yeah. You know, there's really just no way to stop it. You just have to defend yourself.
It's a lot of fans. The guy sold about damn near 800,000 the first week. So it's a lot of fans that like Drake singing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's all he gives a damn about.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, he's not signed to good music.
Yeah, man. I mean, I look at 2 Chainz as my good music brother. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the paperwork scenario of it, but I mean, we're all seasoned artists, man.